All right. So thank you all for coming. My name is Adela Hittel, and I am the owner and founder of Project PHInc, a new way to think about mental and emotional health. And this is our first meeting, live meeting as well of the new year. So let me start this off by saying welcome to our live streamers and our YouTubers and our subscribers. Thank you so much for being our subscribers for this whole time and every bit of support you've shown us this last couple of years and the build up. We really appreciate you, and we cannot wait to share with you so many more things in the coming months, especially in this next coming year. Also, I want to thank everybody who's watched us and supported us on any of our other MCCs or our other projects that we've done. We really appreciate you with you. All of that to say also Happy New Year, and I wish you the most blessed and with health and wealth in whichever way that may seem fit for you. And I'm really excited to get started with our new purpose or new year with a purpose meeting today and welcoming you guys to Project Human 9.0 at this point as we revamp every single year and get better, get stronger, get more resilient, and build up a trajectory for success with the community we have around, specifically the one joining us tonight. So for those of you who are on our Zoom call, thank you so much. I have you guys are on our live stream right now on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed, if you have not followed, or you have not been on our YouTube channel, please do go check it out. Our links are all in the description. And for those of you in our Zoom call, you will receive all of this information as well. And again, we appreciate you and welcome you to our 2026 New Year with a Purpose phone call, meeting, Zoom call, whatever this might be. It's been a long day for me, you guys, so bear with me with my words a little bit. And I can't wait to hopefully get through this without so many uhs and can't waits. Anyway, I want to open up the floor to anybody in our Zoom call to let you know that you are, again, welcome to be on the call with or without your cameras, as well as answer or put your input in or ask questions at the end of the call, or you can just simply email it to us. And for those of you who are watching us, please leave it in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as I can, or email us in the email, pardon me, that's in our description link or description box somewhere up there. Either way, it's going to be here. I'll have it for you. But we really appreciate you and your support. Let's get going on this slides and on this presentation. So bear with me as I pull this up really quick, you guys. Here is the beginning. I would like to invite you to pause for a second. Again, those of you who have the slides PDF in your chat, you are more than welcome to grab and take a look at it and follow along as we move forward. And those of you on our streaming, I'd love for you to join us as well. And those of you who are here, join us on this first slide as we introduce and get ready to move forward with a little bit of a grounding technique. All right. Let's move in here. Bear with me, you guys, because it's taken me a second to get through all of my life today and make sure that everything works just the way we need to. So let's start this new year with a purpose. Let's start with the conversation about it being human first. Everything that you'll hear me talk about this whole meeting and anything forward or in the past, if you watch any of my content, you will see that we are human first, 100%, because we require humans to be part of our part of the growth. Like human experience, life just doesn't exist without our humans. So let's take a second and get in touch with our own humanity. Like I said, with a little grounding technique. It's going to be a breathing technique. It's something that I also need myself. I've done it at least 4 or 5 times today already, not just for the meeting, but in between everything. So I am actually looking forward to this. We're going to take about 15 to 20 seconds, depending on how you feel and where you are in your space and place and time and what you might need. And I'd love for you to just inhale. The exercise kind of goes with an inhale on a 4 count, exhale on a 6. You can roll your shoulders, you can stretch your arms. If you are in a position to stand up and move forward and expand a bit, please do so. It is quite important that we get the body moving and we get the process shaking for us to feel a little bit connected, especially after a long day and a first Monday back into the new year, right? All right, so let's start with the grounding technique. We're going to do some breathing. And we're going to inhale for 4 counts. You guys can inhale however long you want, exhale however long you want. It is your moment to do the exercise at your pace and time with this for us. All right. I am going to move us to our meeting for just a second. For those of you watching on our live stream, thank you. And let's do this exercise a little bit together. Take a deep breath in, everyone. And exhale. Roll your shoulders around a little bit to the back. Extend your arms. And another one. Inhale. And exhale. Notice your heart. Notice it slowing down with every inhale and exhale. Notice your neck relaxing a little bit. Some deeper, shorter breaths, all depends on what you might need. But do take that time to express just a moment of gratitude to your body and to your being for the day because, well, it's important. All right. So let's start a couple of housekeeping rules here on what we've got going on. This meeting is being recorded, and as we've said, this meeting is also being live streamed on our YouTube channel. For those of you who are watching, thank you again. You can always catch this back up or rewatch it or get the email invite when we move forward after this. So let's get into who I am and why we are here. Okay. So you guys, my name is Adela. I wrote it in there a little phonetically because that's what somebody told me, suggested to do it. I'm learning to embrace a really big part of me in a big chapter this year. So a lot of fun, a lot of different aspects of me and a culture and an identity that I've really hid for a long time. So I welcome you along this journey with me in this year. How old am I? I am 38 pretty pennies. I like collecting my pennies. I don't count my dollars, but I collect my pennies everywhere I go. And that means I count every single second of my life and my time because it's important to me. And I encourage you to start counting your pennies in this way too. I have a couple of labels. I don't care how anybody else goes as well either, but my first and foremost label is human being. Second is that I am a child of God. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and I am a mastermind of my own life. And I hope that you can become one mastermind of your own life in whichever way you see fit and works for you. My personal mission for 2026 is to really help humans redefine their narrative, right? Redefine what time means to them, how their human experience means to them, what words mean to them, even on the smallest scale of how their body moves in shapes and forms, so that we can start really navigating and taking control of our own mind, body, and soul and actions of every day. And I want to show you how worthy you are of that effort, right? Showing up is just one way that we do that. And one way that I've learned has been the greatest way that I have been able to grow, develop, and become resilient, way more resilient than I ever thought I possibly was. And that's because of creativity, and community. And the 2 double C's, I like cute and comfort, creativity and community. It just works together. And I really am looking forward to taking you on this ride with me through the full journey of creativity with you and helping me create and helping you maybe find a little inspiration in your creation as well. All right, let's see who we are and why we matter. So who is Project Human? Project Human is also known as PHInc, a new way to think. We are a peer-to-peer advocacy group. We are not medical professionals. We do not give counseling advice. We do not give any legal advice or any kind of medical information or that kind of thing. We don't do any of that. What we do is show up for human beings in their time, space, and place, peer to peer, human to human, and provide them with what they may need in that space with the resources that we have available in the time around us. Sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, a human being just requires us showing up for a conversation, 5-10 minutes of sitting down with them, holding their hand, having a hug, or maybe even just helping them make their bed. I know it sounds silly or simple, but it really is that simple a lot of times in helping somebody navigate and pick up their steps, because the thread for someone's life is sometimes very, very thin and short, and it doesn't take much for them to be able to regain some control back. So what do we do? We don't want humans to feel like they're alone, so we conversate with them, we create connections, and we provide resources, and we hope that they'll take action for themselves in the space and place that they're working towards the life they have. We also empower individuals to discover their voice, their creativity, and their capacity for life. We create systems of accountability, responsibility, and ownership so that you will have the most fulfilling human experience that you can have, and you can say that you're proud of and that you've created for yourself. Our 2026 focus goals and our biggest pillars of focus are this year going to be, well, our outreach is going to be our biggest sorry, my brain just starts short circuited. Okay, our 2026 focus is outreach. Well, hello, I'm outreaching. I'm here. I'm saying hi. We are inviting everyone to help us make some big things happen and complete a few big projects that we've had in the works. And outreach is one of the biggest ways that we're going to be able to do this. So whichever way you have the capacity to help and assist, I'm asking. This is my outreach to you, reaching out. I don't know if that's funny or that works, but that was a good joke I did earlier today. Anyway, our 3 pillars for this year that we're going to be focusing on are our monthly community conversations, our MCCs. They're gentle skills conversations and resources, and a space for peer-to-peer time to come in and have an judgment-free space of conversation. Our quarterly mental health days, free community reset days, and our biggest event of the year yet so far coming up, and our kickoff fundraiser of the year for Project Human is our Runway to Resilience fashion and art storytelling event on May 9th in honor of Mother's Day weekend and our service members and our service community. So we're going to be doing a big honor weekend and event and show surrounding all of that, and we'd love your help in making that happen. The biggest thing that's going to happen with that event is that we are finishing our documentary, ending it on a high note, ending it on a resilient community-made note, just as we had started this documentary. And we are going to show what defining the narrative of one's journey in this life might be in the human experience, and how a community that comes together shapes and saves lives and redefines narratives in ways that they may never have thought possible. All right, so here's just a little more information about our monthly community conversations. We have our January one coming up. Pardon me, I need a little drink. We have an email coming up. If you're not on our email list, please join it. If you are on our website and are able to go into our events are scheduled for what's going on, and each month is pretty much set for what we're doing. And so this month is Mental Wellness and Creativity Month. Again, it is a free online judgment-free and online judgment-free space, shame-free, guilt-free. We just want to come and have a conversation. Some, again, guided and gentle resources and tips and practical tools that we have come together or come with to help you navigate that. Please join us. We ask humans to bring a friend, share with your community members. You can also watch our previous ones from last year on our YouTube channel. Again, become a subscriber. Help us with those, with that as well. We'd love to have you. And again, this is also one of those events that are live streamed on our YouTube channel as well, once a month, so that we are there and engaged with our community. Okay, so a little more information about our quarterly mental health days. They are designed to be once a quarter, and these are our next scheduled dates. So we'll have a lot more information coming up about them. But they're designed to turn awareness into routine and practical help and really bridge the resources that we have within our community and maybe build new relationship and resources we might not have had. It's a free peer-led reset day and with some brief skills, resource tables, and again, a creative micro workshop or experience depending on what the theme or time and space and location is of that. We're always in need of humans to help us create this, make this better, and again, outreach in all these ways that we're going to be doing. We will have a I just lost my train of thought. We'll have a video and a blog coming up about our last quarterly mental health day in just a little bit. But here's a little more information about our Runway to Resilience. We have more information coming up very shortly. And it's called The Celebration of Life, Night of Hope and Runway with Purpose. And my whole goal is to share with human beings that the American dream is not dead. Basically, to me, what the American dream is the fact that we can live, breathe, be alive, be here, create with our community, build something within our 40 inches, and maybe have it spill into our 6 feet. I can't save the world. I can't do anything about anything out of my reach, but I can do something within my home and within the community that's around me. And that's what this is designed. And so it's designed to honor our mothers, honor our veterans, honor community service members, our nurses, and any other human being that is part of really building and bridging the gaps where they're necessary and needed when they're needed. It is, again, as I said, our first fundraising event, an immersive evening where art, fashion, and art come together and create a really cool art storytelling experience. So it is Mental Health Awareness Month as well, and that's going to be a big topic that we're going to be highlighting during that month. And I'd like to give just a few shout out to our supporters that we've had in the last year, that none of this would have really happened of us coming to this point without them. The biggest one being Ascent Aviation for giving us not only the opportunity to create a piece of work and art to inspire this event, and then just to sponsor us to do this. And then the Jesse, whom we've partnered with to host the event and be our venue for it, and then our local organizations as well down here. Definitely check them out if you are in a need of some instant support or any of that. Here Tomorrow is a great resource, as well as NAMI and First Coast Cultural Center. Okay, really quick, let me tell you what makes this unique. If you can't tell, we're human first. All human, human, human. Conversation, we're about conversation and creation, which that saves lives. If we can't do it through a conversation, we will absolutely do it through creation. There is always a way. There's always a way. And we believe wholeheartedly that human experience matters. We truly believe that. And we know that because of the work that we've put in over these last couple of years that has reaching over 6 countries across the world just now through our podcast, our documentary, and our small projects that we've done in our community. So it's really inspiring and motivating for me to be able to say that what makes us unique is that we actually do put human first, and that message is resonating just through what we're doing. So definitely check us out and see what we have going on there. All right. Why is all of this happening this coming year? What is the biggest purpose and reason for it? Again, it is defining the narrative. The documentary that started all this a couple of years ago is finally coming to the end of it in fruition, and I want to end it on a high note, on a way that I started it. I started this organization and this idea that humans matter and that there was a way to express something through a fashion show 8 years ago at one of my old jobs, Scan Design, who hosted us, and the idea that if I could create something and bring a community together and share it, that we would be able to inspire someone else to stay and to be a part of human experience because we were worth it. I didn't have it. I was on the brink of nothing. And so for me, it's a full circle now. And I want to end it with you on showing you the resilience is absolutely worth the effort and that you're worth the effort. We've had over, I know it says 50K on here, but we've had over 100 humans involved, from businesses, community members, spaces, places, everything in between, smallest touches to big tidbits to the biggest helps of everything, and now are finishing the Runway to Resilience fashion show for it. It's an enormous undertaking we've done. It's been a 200 and plus K project, 200,000 plus project in in-kind donations, in sponsorships, in fundraising events that we've done, and just humans believing what we're doing and showing up when we need it and saying, hey, I got your back. I'll be there. And that's how we've made it happen, not only here in Jacksonville, but it has happened across our state as well as cross country because of the relationships and partnerships we've been able to build. And so I hope that you will come along and help me end it with a very, very resilient ending, with a showcase that is just worthy of Jacksonville and our artists and the humans that belong here and are seeking to create something and are seeking to be a part of something bigger. So how can you help? Let's see. You can become a volunteer. You can fill out our general volunteer form. It's under our Join Us, and you'll also see this at the end of the slideshow. You'll have links and ability to fill out at any opportunity. I'll send that in an email as well. And those of you who are watching on YouTube and live stream, I believe it's already in the description. If not, we will have it up there. But you can become an advocate and a general volunteer, which means that whenever we need something in outreach, in support, in events and whatever, we can call you up and you'll show up. And then after that, if you're like, hey, I'm really interested to be a part of this and I want to commit a bigger role of myself and my skill, you can become a committed volunteer and help us bring this a bit faster to fruition. The other way is you can join our MCCs. Again, they're free, judgment-free. Just join the calls monthly, share with a friend, share our past ones, new ones, and or if you have a story to share with us, email it to me as well, and we can have you as a speaker to share your story, because you never know what your experience might be able to do for someone else and how your voice or how you say something can change the perspective of someone else. You can help us be a host of our quarterly mental health day. Partner with us if you're a resource or if you're a business, or if you're, again, just in general, I want to volunteer and be part of the staff or be part of building this event in there. We'd love to have you. You can be a sponsor. If you have something that you're like, you know what, I want to put my name on Adela and Project Human and what they're doing and where they're at, put a stamp on us. We promise we're going to work really, really hard to deliver and create our mission statement that we're bridging the gaps where we need to be. You can also donate. On our website, there is a Invest in Change link, and you can donate, whether it's $1, $5, $10, or maybe $100, depending on how generous you're feeling. You can donate one time monthly, however you feel that you are wanting to commit to this level of support for what we're about to do. And if none of those options work, that's okay. And you just want to be on the sideline and be like, you know what, I like what they're doing. I like where they're at. I'll share when I can. I'll pop on when I can. I'll be there when I want. That's absolutely okay too. Because at the end of the day, my whole goal is you showing up. You matter, you show up, whether you show up to my event or you show up to your own event or anything that you may set your mind to. Show up for yourself because you're worth the effort. So the idea is that no matter what, there's always a place for you here with us. It is consistency over perfection, and that's something I'm strongly learning this year, and my motto for the year. So even if it's for 15 minutes, hop on. You might never know. You don't know what those 15 minutes can do for you. I promise. Sometimes in 15 minutes, you can hear a word, you can hear a saying, and it might change your life. What does showing up look like? Come as you are, when you can, how you can, just as we talked about. As long as you show up, your presence matters. We have a couple of planning. We have a cadence that we're going to be doing this year. Wednesdays are our planning days. You can join us virtually or in person. Our schedule is available on our events page, and you can sign up through there or let us know that you're going to be there. We have some more information that will be added for each month, but those dates are available for you to take a look at and help us show up in there. They're from 11 to 1 or 11 to 2 for our in-person, and our in-person are going to be getting to know each other, also helping build our little red envelopes, goodie bags, whatever else we might need to be able to do, while our virtual ones are for planning and strategizing and picking up the tasks or helping each other out where we need to during the week when we can not or may need the assistance to do so. All right. We're coming to an end, I promise. Right there. So our call to action. My call to action is I need your help. I want to succeed this year in making the documentary completely done. I have quite a few humans whom I want to say thank you because they've supported me for so long, and I want to say thank you by finishing it and getting to the end of it. And the way, again, I see fit is through creativity and conversation, and the best way is through community. So I'd love to invite you to join us that way. Again, join us and become a volunteer. You can click on scan it, QR code it, click it right there. Register for our MCCs and our May 9th event updates. That's all coming up on our website as well. And then you can support or donate. Either way, or like and share, subscribe to all our channels, all our Facebooks, Instagram, socials, all of that stuff. We would love and appreciate that support as well. Lastly, if there's 2 or 3 things you get out of this today, is that 1, you're worth showing up for, and show up for yourself. And when you can show up and you can bring a friend, show up with a friend. It always works much more better when we're together. And share a resource, share your resource, whether that's your voice or your experience, or that's a resource that you know of, like our NAMI or Here Tomorrow, that might be a potential help to somebody around you within your 40 inches or 6 feet, because that's the most impact we can make at any given moment. All right. So there we are. Bear with me as I end this now. And that concludes our presentation for PHInc and who we are and what our goals and objectives are for the year. So the floor is going to be open to you for a conversation. For anybody who has any questions, I will run through this in just a second for our chat. But if anybody has any questions and they want to pop on right now, go ahead while I run through our chat and see what's going on. The fundraiser activities, we'll have more information coming up about a lot of that in the next, in our staff and volunteer meeting on the 12th. And all of that information is coming out it's already scheduled. Pardon me. The board management schedule is going to be released in an email in the next couple of days, but it is already scheduled on our events. It is as it was last year for our volunteer and staff meetings for the first month of the year, or first Monday of the year. And that begins for this month on January 12th, due to what we're doing right now, and then follow up on February 2nd and so forth, excluding holidays. And again, all of the more information is available and will be available in more videos and more emails as well, more detailed on how you can participate and be part of the deeper schedule. But as of right now, it is up to date on our events page in there. All right. Any other questions, pop-ups, or would like to share or anything in there, please do so. I would love to have you. And if not, that will be pretty much concluding our meeting soon, so I don't take up too much of your time.
I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you had 15 minutes, in any capacity to change someone's life, how would you do it?
15 minutes to change someone's life.
Yeah. Like,
I
what is one phrase you can say in 15 minutes to like start a conversation or kind of like strike that conversation with someone to, in quote, change their lives or start that conversation?
So I think it's different for everybody, and it just depends on situations and the levels of capacities you're at, in there. If it's a stranger or a situation, some people might be more comfortable, like I am, to just walk up and compliment someone and see with them and ask them for a hug and really start a conversation with them, because I'm personally called to do that. If it's my family members or friends, then my goal is to be as much of a support there, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, as they need me. Check in with them, obviously, but then also just show up. Sometimes showing up for a hug and being like, hey, I'm driving an hour and a half to your house just to show you and show up for a hug is it might be an hour and a half out of your time, and I know that that might not be the 15 minutes you might want to in those, but that might be the 15 minutes of their life that might change everything because you showed up for a conversation. It really, again, depends on the situation and the place where every human is at for their own space. But the idea is that if in your family, in your friend circle, or in just even in your acquaintance, or you see it on social media, where you can reach out and share an encouraging message, compliment a human being in what you see that they might have been doing good or something that they might have been struggling with, and then engage them in the conversation, and then start it with, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm here, and you don't need to tell me anything. We can just sit, we can just hang out, or we could just go take a walk in the park, but I'm here for you, like you, the human, outside of any work, job, place. So again, depends on that, but it always starts with that. For me, I can walk up to anybody and be like, hey, I think you're really pretty and cute, or I think your shoes are awesome, or whatever, and be like, I need a hug. But I also take it upon me to say, hey, I need a hug versus do you need a hug? And it's made it easier for somebody to be like, oh, of course I'll give you a hug, and then when you give the hug and you give it with the full intention that it was really intended for them, then that changes the way that they receive it or the way it, interacts in the conversation. So again, depends on the comfortability, the capacity, and the experience and the situation of each human. For me, it's pretty simple to just see a human walk up and be like, hey, I need a hug, if I'm inclined to do so. And that's my starting point. And it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. That could end up being the 1 minute, also, again, moment in there. I hope that helped.
Yeah.
And I didn't run around too long.
Oh no, it was perfect because the main point I was trying to get at is that like life changing is a very exaggerant word, but it's true. It's life changing. When someone comes up to you and they're like, can I give you a hug? And they're a complete stranger. That is completely life changing. It's going to change the way you go to somebody else the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. Micro moments do define a lot of stuff. So it's important to gauge how we behave and act in our own everyday moment of life, so that we have the capacity to engage that for others as well. Which, that's just the way to start the spark, right? It's not our
Yeah.
responsibility. That's the other part. It's not our responsibility. We're not responsible. We're not accountable for anybody else's life or their decisions or any of that stuff. But, we are for our own. And I believe that the other shared responsibility is that we have is showing up. And that shared responsibility is because there's a community and there's a society and there's a human aspect to it that's bigger than us.
Yeah. Thank you. I just really like that aspect of the presentation, and I thought it was really cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
there, I want to read one of our. Thank you so much for that question, Gregory. We have a comment in our chat. It says, "With only and this is Jennifer. With only 15 minutes, if I see a friend struggling, I would say it's okay not to be okay. I'm here and you matter. I want to be here for you in the way that you need me to listen, to talk, to just be around, or to check in on you because I care. You are worth it." And then I would listen to what they have to say and help them feel seen, heard, and validated. And again, that's absolutely the way to start your conversations around your humans that you know, is to let them know that it's okay not to be okay and not to have it all together, and that some days are going to be better than others. And if you need me to help you pick up today, I got you today. But I really hope that we can. My goal with everything that we do from this point on is that we can start these conversations and these engagements of relationship building, to know that there are days that we as humans won't be okay, and that we have a community around us. And it doesn't have to be, a massive worldwide community, but it could be our friends, our neighbors, our sometimes even our acquaintances or strangers, that could be the ones that help us pick up that day that we cannot carry and that might be heavier, for those of us who don't have any other way. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys so much, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So, for those of you who have were on our Zoom call today, I will also be emailing you your the recap of the email and how to register and become a general volunteer, and all these other extra steps as we move forward. In the meantime, let me add the website, and you guys can take a quick look on our website too, and see our events and see everything that is going on so far right now. We're still changing the website, updating a lot of stuff. So over these next couple of days, a lot more changes are coming, navigation and things like that. So bear with us as we are improving and making changes for 2026 for the better, because when you stick to something and you keep going forward, no matter how long it takes, you only get more resilient with it and better with it. And so that's what we are, and what we're doing here with Project Human, and what I'm doing, not only with that, but with myself as well. Anywho, thank you guys. And if there are no more questions or comments or concerns, I will give you back 15 minutes of your time. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys who are watching. Right now, I'm getting my life back together on this end too. Thank you guys who are watching, who have been on the stream and following us with our presentation as well. Thank you for the support again over these last couple of years, and for every subscriber that's on our channel right now. Thank you for just showing up, to know that you're worth the effort. I know that there's so many things outside of our control right now, and the world is absolutely on a dumpster fire storm, and we can't do anything about it. But what we can do is how you and I engage, and how we communicate here, and how we should treat ourselves and treat our family and treat our neighbors and our friends around us. And I hope that you're going to take 2026 as an opportunity to look at the better of humanity, look at the better, look at the better part of the human being, but the ones around us, the ones you know. Let's look at them for what they are, and that is worthy of life and worthy of existence, just as we all are worthy of this breath. God bless all of you. I bless all of you with hopefully the best health and wealth you can have this year. And I look forward to creating and achieving bigger and bolder things with Project Human and everything else in between. Many blessings.